Welcome, bienvenidos. This is Roxana from Metamorphosis Rocks, and today's video is going to be short and to the point. My message is for John Kuckian, Rich Lux, and Karina Kaboom, and people that watch my channel usually don't know who these people are. This video is not for my friends or people that are subscribed to my channel. This message is for the three people that I just mentioned. Rich Lux and Karina Kaboom, your silence is deafening. When you support somebody that is doing something wrong, you become an accessory, and using a word that is very famously claimed by Ivanka Trump, you're complicit. This is exactly what complicit means. Now, you can say that this is not your fight, and you can say that you want to stay above the drama. You make a living talking about drama, so exactly what makes you think you're better than anybody else, number one. Number two, what the three of you have just done is not only disgusting, it's a crime. I don't know if it's a crime or not, but slandering somebody, making up stories, making up evidence is, I think, that is a crime. More importantly, cyberbullying is considered a crime. The only saving grace for you, John Kuckian, is that you're on the other side of the pond, and it's a little harder for somebody from the United States to go ahead and prosecute you and whatnot. That doesn't mean that the court of public opinion is not going to reign on all three of you. Now, I don't condone death threats, so I don't see why people are threatening anybody to death. I will say this. When you do things maliciously, you get all that energy right back to you. So it's probably going to cost you followers and subscribers just because you're doing the wrong thing and you're doing it on purpose. As far as John Kuckian is concerned, you need to think things through. When you go after a person the way you did Peter Monn, and you basically lie in the middle of the launch of your makeup line, that's going to show in sales. I already see people that are saying they're not buying from you just because of what you did. Once you become the CEO of any company, your actions are going to have a direct impact on your product or your service. So you can't just go around doing what you used to do and think you're going to get away with it and it's not going to have an impact on your money. Number one. Number two, it is not Peter Monn's fault that your line has been discredited all over the internet. A lot of other people have made videos about you, and they have all said that what they feel about your products and how they feel about your launch has nothing to do with Peter Monn. In fact, if anything, Peter Monn gave you some really good advice that you should have listened to, but you didn't because you're too proud. It's time to rein it back. I just noticed that you went on Twitter and doubled down on your offensive post. You have to understand that people are asking for your Twitter account and your YouTube channel to be taken down just because of what you did. Now, I realize that you posted this on your secondary channel so you can keep your first channel. But the problem is that if you're found guilty of false accusations, of slander, that kind of thing, YouTube can basically eliminate both your channels. I don't think that was a very smart thing to do. Now, you can claim that he's a pedophile and all that stuff, but if he was let's say for a minute that he was hitting on you. Last time I looked, you're 25 now, which means a year ago you were 24. Last time I looked, that's not a crime. You're an adult. Charles Gross is an adult. And James Charles is 17, which as far as I know, in most states, he's old enough to have a relationship with whoever he wants. Now, James Charles already said that what you're saying is 100% untrue. So there goes that theory. Let's say he did hit on Charles Gross. Charles Gross is an adult, so no, it doesn't count. What you did was horrible. You can still rein it back, but the damage to you is done. Now, you do have some fans that are so blind that they're not going to believe anything saying that you're wrong. The problem is that there's a lot more people that believe Peter than they believe you, John. And I don't get involved in drama online except for to watch it. I used to watch you when you were funny. I used to watch all three of you when you were funny. The problem was that all of a sudden you guys started getting too personal in your attacks to one particular YouTuber. And once you cross that line from being funny or just saying drama for drama's sake, and you go into personal attacks and you kind of get like laser focus on one particular person, you lose perspective. In the case of Karina, she has 76 videos about this particular person. I don't even know how many videos the two of you, Rich and John, have, but I know there's a lot against that other person. That is not Peter. Now, the attack on Peter, however, has a ripple effect on Karina and Rich because they've decided not to say anything. Just like they decided to not say anything about your cosmetics line. Two big mistakes on their part. Because eventually, and this part of the message is for you, Rich, and for you, Karina, he's going to turn on you just like he's turned on everybody else. Because that's the way he works. I hope you haven't given him any personal information for him to come after you. Because he will. Because he's acting like a wounded animal. He's attacking everybody now. And he doesn't realize that this is all his fault. You should have launched your cosmetics line when you were ready. Not just because people kept asking you. Okay? That was your first mistake. Your second mistake was sitting there and making a video that is absolutely disgusting and reprehensible. Because the repercussions, you're not just trying to eliminate somebody from a YouTube channel. You're trying to destroy somebody's life. That is, if you have evidence, if you really had evidence, you should have done what you told here for the T to do. Go to the cops, not make a video. You really don't have any evidence, do you? You said you had all this evidence about him harassing you and whatnot and asking you for nude photos. You have never been able to produce that evidence. What happened to your Photoshop? It broke down or something? So you decided to create this evidence in order to prove something that has nothing to do with anything because the pictures were what? You kept saying, oh, all this porn, child pornography, and the picture you kept showing was a kid smoking a cigarette. That's not pornography. Maybe you should take a moment, take a breather, figure out what you've done, apologize, and quite frankly, make up your mind. I've been telling you this for weeks. Either the cosmetics line or the drama channel. But you obviously can't do both. You're despicable. And I don't wish any bad thing. Like Peter Monn said, I am praying for you, for Karina, and for Rich. Because you people are going to need it. That's all I'm going to say for today. Thank you for watching.